Hello dear friends, welcome to this channel. Today's motivational lecture is on topic separation of facts from opinion. The author says, I could see the lines of worry and fear etching themselves ever more deeply in the face of the past middle-aged man who told me, I have lost my fortune through unwise investments. It is too late to start over. My family and I will live out our lives in disgrace and poverty. This man had only one fact. All of the rest of the statements was his opinion. Accepting your opinions as being facts can ruin you. What was the man's one fact? It was the fact that he had lost a sizable fortune through unwise investments. It was merely his own opinion that, being past middle-aged, it was too late to start over and build another fortune. It was merely his opinion that he and his family would have to live out their lives in disgrace and poverty. But by taking just one fact and magnifying it by adding a number of opinions which are not facts, you can reach conclusions which can be so wrong that they can do great damage. Let's take the case of this middle-aged failure just described. We will start with his one fact. He had lost his money through unwise investments. Well, maybe that was stupid. Perhaps with more caution and better advice, the loss could have been avoided. But certainly it was neither original nor unusual. Often men who amass large fortunes lose substantial sums of money from time to time. They accept their losses as part of the business of fortune making. Many men have made and lost a number of fortunes. Almost all of them have recouped their losses and greatly increased their wealth. There is a state of mind and a technique of fortune making. So, even the fact that our friend did lose his money was no cause for panic. Surely it was no cause for him to compound his misfortune by adding adverse opinions which were not even facts. Now let's have a look at his own opinions which he mistook to his facts and which caused his desperation and his hesitation to vigorously work his way back to the top. 1. It's too late to start over. That, of course, was merely his opinion. It is not a fact unless he himself makes it one by continuing to believe it. It is not a fact because the fact is that he is past middle-aged. So he is exactly the age when most large fortunes are amassed. The really great fortunes have been built by men much older than he because it took them too long to learn fortune making attitudes and techniques. Second, my family and I will live out our lives in disgrace and poverty. That too is only his opinion. It is not a fact unless he himself makes it one by continuing to believe it. In the first place, losing money is unwise investment is no disgrace. Most investors make unwise purchases sometime or other. Many investors have at some times lost most of their monies. As previously pointed out, usually they get it back all and more because fortune making is a state of mind and a technique. So instead of our friends feeling disgraced, he should feel that he has learned a lesson which will be of great value in his future decisions. As for him and his families living in poverty for the rest of their lives, not only is an opinion, not a fact, but it is a ridiculous opinion, as previously pointed out. The only danger is that it is an opinion which he has mistaken for a fact, and accepting opinions yourself or someone else's as being facts can ruin you. Opinions are a dime a dozen and not worth that. Opinions are a dime a dozen and not worth that. Facts are worth their weight in gold. Literally. Build your life decision by decision, soundly based on facts that you can accurately trace back to their very origins. So you can be sure that they really are exact, probable facts. You can mistake an error for a fact and reach a very wrong decision just by failing to trace your fact to its exact origin, as dramatized by the following story. In the early days of the telephone, when one had to turn a crank to ring up the operator, a man furiously turned that crank every day just before noon. He seemed that he was desperate to reach the operator at just before noon every day to find out exactly what time it was. After some week of courteously telling him the time from her own watch, the operator finally asked who was phoning. He replied importantly, I am the man who blows the whistle of the town factory exactly at noon. That is a coincidence, replied the telephone operator. I have been telling you the time from my watch, which I set by your own noon whistle. How sure are you of your facts? The dependability of the judgment upon which you will stake your entire future depends upon your ability to separate facts from opinions and to reach your decisions based on facts. Facts which you can depend on because you have traced them to be their origins. Good luck.